Lost in the city at night, cold and weary. You chose that I hope you were right. Now you're fearing, caught in the city lights, caught in the city.
Surely your eyes feel the weight of my love. I have never been more swept away, left undone. Taking my beauty, my heart is alive. I am holding a treasure more precious than time. Just hold me close. You're free from harm. I'll keep you safe here in my arms. Just before dawn, you hear me say, morning has come to welcome the day. Let yourself go, let your heart settle down. I have no place to go when your smile comes around. You are my heaven, the star in my sky, guiding me to the promise of love satisfied. If I simply wanna trace you, to feel your color on my hand, and if I simply can't erase you from all my simple future plans, and if I always want to call you, to hear the softness in your voice, well, I just simply want to love you and simply feel I lack a choice. I know that you feel this. Let yourself go, let your heart settle down. I have no place to go when your smile comes around. You are my heaven, the star in my sky, guiding me to a promise of love satisfied. Just hold me close, you're free from harm. I'll keep you safe here in my arms. Just before dawn, you hear me say, morning has come. I miss you mostly all the time. I think I made a big mistake to let you go, 'cause I'm getting lonely by the day, and days are passing faster ever since you've gone away. If I simply want to trace you, to feel your color on my hands, and if I simply can't erase you from all my simple future plans, and if I always want to call you, to hear the softness in your voice, well, I just simply want to love you, and simply feel I lack a choice. I know that you feel this, and you simply are the same. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as me and you. Love's a symphony already orchestrated. We can sing along when we say I do. If we simply start a family and scrape the barrel to get by, that will simply be enough for me to find meaning in this life. We know that forever is just not long enough. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as me and you. Love's a symphony already orchestrated. We can sing along when we say I do. When we say I do. It
doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as me and you. Love's a symphony already orchestrated. We can sing along when we say I do. When we say I do.